Tom Kinnear's had a huge impact on the Michigan entrepreneurial community.
I think Tom has been one of the real movers and shakers in this community.
I think that Tom has made a huge difference in the whole entrepreneurial community here in Michigan.
He is just an extraordinary resource, a pillar of integrity. He calls all of us to a higher standard.
Tom changed my life completely. I don't have to work anymore because of Tom. We became very successful, and now I can just play guitar all day long.
Venture capital was pretty rare in Michigan in the 70s, and we were dominated by big corporations and big unions and so on. And as we kind of jointly pushed the boulder uphill to try to get entrepreneurship established, Tom was a very active person in that business.
He was the individual who was willing not only to help and mentor, but put his money into startups with all the risks that was associated with them, in the ability to say that I think that this is a good idea and I'm willing to invest to get it off the ground. And then he was able to encourage other people to do the same thing.
He's done it all. He's been an angel investor, instrumental in creating companies like Bluegill and Accuray and others. He's been an investor, limited partner in funds, and helped get funds started in this state, including our Breeden Ventures, our firm. And he's done the heavy lifting and sometimes difficult work on things like the Venture Michigan Fund, where he's been the chair of the board of that for a number of years. That requires a lot of kind of delicate interaction between the state government and the local business community to get that important program started. Tom has had a whole parallel life in the business world, which is he is one of the most respected academics in marketing, and the field of marketing, of anyone in the United States.
You got to realize that he has probably instructed a high percentage of the people who today are venture capitalists here in Michigan, and he's had an impact on them.
Tom and I became business partners. We worked together to launch and grow a company called Bluegill Technologies. Tom was a critical member of the founding team. Tom has a very unique talent for growing young companies. He has a great talent for managing the tension between entrepreneurs and outside investors.
I took his Marketing 601 class, and during one of the cases, he called on me, and I wasn't quite ready, and he ended up teaching me a very important lesson that has served me very well for about 20 years. And from that day on, I've been ready for my big meetings. That's one thing. I might not be the smartest in the room, the richest, or the best looking, but I'm always going to be the most prepared.
It's almost staggering that he's had this just exceptional and impactful career in our world, entrepreneurship, venture capital, early stage investing, and yet he's, equally famous and well regarded in another field.
Tom also had a huge impact, and probably people don't realize how much, on the whole startup of the Michigan Venture Capital Association.
Attempts had been made before of organizing the venture capital community in Michigan, and they'd failed. So we had an uphill battle, and without Tom supporting us, and it wasn't only getting the initial members of the MVCA, but also to develop a strategy of how it could be successful. I look at it today and I'm amazed at how well it's done and how much it's integrated into the venture community. And I credit Tom a lot for keeping that ship on course.
Never in his career has he not wanted to lend a hand to things big or small to make sure they got done, and they got done right. And that's a real testament to the person he is.
Tom, on the occasion of receiving this Lifetime Achievement Award, I just want to congratulate you and say thank you for sharing the wealth of your expertise and your integrity with our entire entrepreneurial community.
Thank you for all the things you've done. You've been a great mentor, a great friend, and I wish you the very best in the future.
He knows he deserves it, I think, but he's never looking for these sorts of accolades. But it would be almost, it would be a travesty of justice if we didn't give him this award, given how much he's done for our community.
I would say that a Lifetime Achievement Award doesn't mean that you quit. If anything, it should be considered something that happens to you on the way to the eclipse of your lifetime. And so take this as the affirmation from everybody in the community of everything that you've done and the person you've been and the contribution you've made. And whip the horse and keep going.